Bro, it's good we didn't record yesterday because I would have been swearing, effing, blinding. I would have gotten cancelled. I would have said some things I wouldn't want to say. But, bro, that game, it's very rare that I'm actually fuming at a game. And I was fuming yesterday. That refereeing performance was one of the worst that I've seen in a Liverpool game. I'm not going to say one of the worst I've seen in the Premier League because, as we've said in some episodes, the level of officiating is poor. But yesterday, especially in a Liverpool game, wow, was that atrocious.
I'm
How
gonna
did
lie,
you,
it
as a
was up there. It was up there still. That referee performance is up there, one of the worst. Every foul seems to go Spurs' way. Jones red card contentious. It is what it is, 50-50. Understand why it could be a red.
Yeah, exactly. I'll 50-50. I understand. I'm not even gonna get onto the ref for that because if it wasn't given, I don't think it was a red, but I see why they gave it
Yeah,
as
yeah, because if he breaks Bisuma's ankle now, he's obligated to send him off because serious foul play. You've endangered the opponent. It doesn't matter if you skimmed over the ball, but the motion is what they consider dangerous. So it is what it is. But outside of that, the Diaz goal that got disallowed, that's where we should start from. Basically, based on the inquiry, the video referee was not concentrating. You could apparently, based on the audio, you could tell that they were eating, fam, and they just weren't focusing. What the hell is that? How come as video referee you're not 100% focusing on the game? Just because you're sitting in a booth in Stockley Park, it don't mean you can act like a fan and just be chilling, checking your phone, being 50-50 and you're not 100% focused on the game. You're still refereeing the game. You're still getting paid to referee. It's just that you're an extra set of eyes, essentially. Essentially, you're the fifth official. But
yeah.
yet these referees treat like they're doing fan zone like back in the day when they used to get fans on Sky Sports doing fan zone, bro. It's egregious, absolutely egregious, absolutely egregious. Because it's just funny how if you're a manager, you call out referees, you get fined, you get a ban, but referees aren't subject to the same sanctions. If you're a referee and you have like a diabolically bad game, as like you are basically negligent in your performance, cool, 3 match ban or a month ban. You have to go do a referee course. For example, if you get caught speeding, you do speed and awareness course and you get fined as well. Referees, if you have a diabolically bad game, you get banned for a month. In that period of time, you have to sit exams again. You have to pass them before you're allowed back to come and referee games again. There has to be some sort of accountability system. Because right now, PGMOL yeah, are like the Met Police, massive wankers who have lack of accountability.
Yeah, it's very poor because like what you said with the managers can't criticize these officials. You saw yesterday, Jurgen Klopp was rather calm, but he did make some cryptic comments. Brentford have had some decisions go against them. You can see Thomas Frank, he's holding back. Even Arteta, when Arsenal have some decisions going against them, he has to hold back because if they go full in on these referees, they're going to get banned, they're going to get fined, and it's not right. It's not right at all. And this VAR decision, for me, the report that has come out, I just can't believe it. They're saying that when they said check complete, they thought that the on-field decision was a goal. I can't believe that because firstly, Diaz wasn't celebrating with his teammate, so the on-field decision couldn't have been a goal. Secondly, the linesman's flag was up. You could watch the game in what the director shows, the linesman's flag was up. Thirdly, the decision was made so quickly that I highly doubt that they drew lines. I highly doubt that they actually scrutinized that decision. I'm not here to say that there's a conspiracy against Liverpool because, in my opinion, I just think these referees are too incompetent for there to be a conspiracy against one team. But something has gone wrong and it needs to be fixed. I don't know how they're going to fix it. I think with the offsides, with VAR, it's a bit annoying when like it's an armpit and stuff. They can bring in the automated system that worked perfectly well in the World Cup. In terms of the actual referees, look, when we watch Euros, when we watch the World Cup, when we watch the Champions League, the standard of refereeing is normally better. And what's the common denominator? English referees are not there or they're not refereeing the most important games. Bring in the foreign referees. If English referees can go to Saudi and the UAE, why can't foreign referees come to the Premier League? But for me, that was just ridiculous. And I've calmed down now, but yesterday I was infuriated.
Yeah, because the reason why UEFA referees do better because UEFA actually hold referees accountable. Because that referee that Chelsea game in oh 09.
Over, bro, something like that. I don't
Yeah,
think he ever refereed in the Champions League ever again.
he,
He
he,
got
he retired mainly because of the death threats he was getting.
oh
But
yeah, he got mad. Like police had to patrol his house, which is a bit peak. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
mainly because of that. But UEFA would not have had him referee another important game again. He'd have been on Europa duty for a long while. So UEFA actually hold the referees accountable because how many times do you see contentious decisions at the Euros, the World Cup, even the Copa Libertadores? Do you see any referee discrepancies in South America?
to be honest, I'm not going to answer that because I don't follow that.
I don't follow that.
I'll be
But
honest. I'll keep it a buck. I don't follow that at
I know,
all.
but if something egregious was to happen in South America, we'd see it on the TO.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
not gonna lie. Would get weekly broadcasts about how corruption is rife in South America. But now, yeah, because they're doing it in England, yeah, they're not even getting corruption shots. They're just saying they're incompetent. So the Premier League needs to start making refs accountable for their actions because all this you can't even argue the referee when they make a dumb decision. You could get automatic yellow. Why are you giving these incompetent fools here more power when they don't even have to use power? They get power trips, especially when the home fans is on their neck and they're getting cussed out here. They take out on the home team or the team that is on the end of these decisions. Like these referees here, as I said before, they act like policemen with the power trips that they have. No coincidence that Howard is a former policeman and he's treating and running PGMO here like the Met Police. Because honestly, it's a disgrace, absolute disgrace. We should be discussing the game here, but yet we're going to spend a good amount of this Liverpool analysis to talk about the refereeing because the refereeing affected the game that much.
Now it really did, but let's jump into the game because I think that game was split into three thirds. There was before Curtis Jones got sent off, there was the period where we had 10 men, and there was a period where we had 9 men. The and I want to first touch on Liverpool before going on to Spurs. Despite the loss, despite the last minute goal, and despite how comical Matip's own goal was, that was so clumsy. I actually went out of this game a lot more confident about how we're going to do for the rest of the season. I don't know about you. I thought before the red card, Spurs had more of the ball, but in terms of who looked more threatening, Liverpool looked more threatening. We could attack Spurs in different ways. We had the long diags, which were back. They weren't there last season. We could play down the sides, which we normally do, and then we could play through the middle. And our front three, even though it was Gakpo coming in instead of Nunes, we were still threatening. And defensively, yes, we conceded chances, but it wasn't as if it was like last season where it was one pass and you're running at Liverpool. That we weren't seeing that anymore. In terms of Spurs actually creating clear-cut chances, Spurs actually had to work for the chances, which was what we saw with Liverpool of old. And we're seeing this without Konate, without Trent, and without an actual DM. So for me, I was very encouraged with that, with our mentality. You saw when we went down to 10 minutes, Diaz scored a goal. We scored an actual goal, and then Diaz missed the sitter. And then when we went to 9 men, you saw our defensive block. You saw how our box defending was very good, how Spurs found it very hard to penetrate us. So for me, I saw a lot of good signs with this Liverpool team. And I'm not going to say we're going to run City and Arsenal to the final 5 games because I think it's too early to say that. And I think it's unrealistic to go from where we were last season to 90-plus season. But I think we'll be there and thereabouts with 10 games to go, and then City might run away with it, Arsenal might run away with it, or you two might run away with it. But I was encouraged with how we played and the mentality of the team. I think there's a lot of positive signs. What did you think from watching Liverpool?
Thank God Caicedo's a bozo. Bro, if you man got Caicedo, yeah, it would be a free horse race, and it would just be about managing Robertson and Van Dijk, fam. That's what I'm saying. Like the main thing that separates Liverpool and Arsenal, yeah, is mentality. Arsenal have the quality to go blow to with you guys and Man City, but the mentality is what you guys have. And as you know now, it's just personal issues with Liverpool, fam. Like get to the halfway stage, 45 points. You're well in it. Because you guys have shown you're capable of getting close to 50 points in the second half of the season. Yeah. Something Arsenal have yet to have shown. So if I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm confident thinking, cool, let's get to halfway stage, 45 points. That doesn't matter how many points you are ahead. Because if I'm a Liverpool fan, I back Liverpool to go on a crazy run, provided we do what's required in Jan. Bare minimum. Defensive midfielder, actual starting midfielder. That'll be the bare minimum.
Not an ender, like a guy who's going to come in and start, and then Alisson can push forward.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Van Dijk, Robertson, you can get to Europa League semi-final without playing your first race backline because your front line has enough firepower to get you through the Europa League grounds. It's like where Arsenal, we had to play Saka or one of Saka Martinelli to push the team, to drive the team forward. You guys can fully go with Jota, Boak plus whoever will be dropping in for that day, adding Nunes or Gakpo. And also Salah's very, very super fit, so he can do Thursday something like it's nothing. So you guys have enough to focus on Europa League front. But as I said, just get to 90 halfway stage, 45 points minimum, and just do what's required in Jan, and you'll be thereabouts. Because right now the mentality is there. You guys have clocked back into the Pete Liverpool mentality. But last season, you go down, it'll be back to it'll be a basketball game, struggle to control games. Now, yeah, you guys lock in.